Alexia Nicole, and I'm living my life by design. So I am so excited to be going to the doctor today. I've never been excited about going to the doctor, but today, ooh, y'all, I am finally going to get allergy tested. Well, I really hope today. When I made the appointment, they were like, we can't guarantee that they'll actually do the allergy testing today. So really today's my first appointment, so it might just be a consultation, but I'm hoping I can knock it all out in one day. And I'm just taking y'all along with me just because, you know, the channel doesn't always have to be about Attendant life. That's not all that I do, and some of y'all might have allergies as well and might have considered doing an allergy testing or whatever, and hey, let's just go. Let's see what they say I'm allergic to. Let's see what they can say about my sniffles and my congestion and just all of that. I've had allergies my whole life. I think I even had like a little touch of asthma back when I was a child, a younger kiddo. But just over the past, I want to say 3 to 5 years, my allergies have just really gotten worse. I don't know where I'm going. So yeah, but over the last like 3 to 5 years, my allergies have just really gotten worse, and I just can't take it anymore. Like, I would go and get, allergy shots, twice a year, and they would work or whatever, but it just it doesn't fix it. And I don't know if it can be fixed, but we're gonna go see what the doctor says. So that's where we're going right now, y'all. Let's go. We have arrived. This place is like 3 minutes from my house, which is great. So, fix me, Jesus, fix me.
My schedule's pretty full, so I don't want you to wait any longer than you have. So the most efficient way and quickest way of getting this done is basically, I like to summarize with my patients the results. So we can do the first part of the test today. That'll make our second visit far more expeditious, because basically the testing involves, you've never been through testing before. So what we
I've
do,
had like the blood testing before.
Which is a decent surrogate, not sort of as definitive as the skin testing is, and anyone who's looking at allergy shots, not saying that you are or aren't.
I've had them before.
You have had shots before. And so I think what you're getting in those particular cases aren't really allergy shots.
What was it? Steroids and something else.
Steroids.
Yeah.
Steroids and antihistamine, or steroids and the steroid, most prominent is steroids, which is basically saying, I know you have allergies, but it doesn't matter what you're allergic to. Here's a blanket to put them out.
Okay, yeah, it was always two shots. I know one was steroids and
one is probably an antihistamine, which is only staying in your system for 24 hours.
Got it.
So those allergy shots are much different than what we are talking about.
Okay.
Those in this day and age aren't done. But they shouldn't be done. That doesn't mean they're not done. Putting systemic steroids in your system is potentially inducing cataracts, causing thinning of your bone, causing a lot of other nasty stuff. 3, 4, 5 shots, not the end of the world, but it is something that you really have to be cognizant of. So basically, the story in those cases are, and that's what's like, you went through blood work and who's giving you these shots, because that's not how a normal allergist would play.
Yeah.
With allergy shots through an allergy practitioner, basically we are giving you in purified form what you're allergic to, and you build up an immunity to your environment over time. So this is much more naturopathic and tailored. So this isn't just a generic steroid anti-inflammatory that would treat arthritis, treat gout, treat this, that, or the other. Doesn't matter what you have inflammation, here are steroids for you.
Yeah.
This is not going to treat gout, it's not going to treat anything else, it's only going to treat allergies.
Okay.
But unlike with the steroid shot that tried to make you feel better right at the moment you get them, this is sort of a gradual process of symptoms day by day by day or less. The bad of bad is less often. So you don't come to get this shot to magically make you feel better. It's sort of a preventive strike against feeling bad.
Well, that's definitely why I'm here.
Yeah.
So good. That's good to know.
And then quite frankly, the Claritin type medications really aren't that effective at treating allergies.
And I don't take those year round. I literally would only take them. I'm a flight attendant, so I would really only take them when I come back home and I know I'm going to be in my house with the dogs.
So things are far worse here than when you're on your
layovers
or
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that does speak to, I mean, it's a lot more humid here than I would assume most places you go, but trying to determine where this is coming from is where the allergy testing comes. And then I can give you how to avoid certain allergens. You have 2 dogs. I'm a dog owner, so I learned long ago that I'm not going to fight that fight, because the easy solution is let's find a new allergen.
Yeah.
So the Band-Aid of best efficacy to control symptoms without allergy shots, and I think it's a process. So unlike with the shot that you used to get, this is a 3 to 6 month process of getting you to the point where you're not medication dependent and symptoms are improved. And then we generally do this for 3 to 5 years and cut the cord with this, and then you no longer need an allergist in your life because your symptoms are improved.
Okay.
Those nose sprays. Those nose sprays aren't designed to make you feel better. Why the heck do I take it if it doesn't make me feel better? It's like flossing. You don't floss to clean your teeth. You're trying to prevent gingivitis. We're trying to prevent the allergy symptoms from getting you. The nasal steroid sprays are trying to limit how bad it is. So you have to be on them consistently.
Yeah, I haven't used those in years.
And I think it's usually, I've tried them, people giving it to me when I'm sick, and they never told me I was supposed to stick with it when I feel better. Yeah. Actually, they're not designed to be used when you're sick. They're designed to use so you don't get to that point. It's preventive care. And then if you're fixing your allergies, then I stop pestering you to take that preventive type thing. I have a seat up there. Let's take a look at it.
Sure.
Open speaking wide for me. Okay. We do that. Oh wow. Yeah. Impressive swelling and congestion in your nose.
Impressive.
And that is, I think you would say that today is a normal day for you.
Today is a good day.
Right. And that's where I think your baseline, when it's a good day, isn't as good as you think it is, and so it doesn't take as much to sort of push you over the cliff's edge.
Yeah.
And so the point of that nose spray is when you spray it, you're like, I don't know, but you'll have more good days than bad days if you're consistent with it.
Okay.
And then eventually we pull this stuff off, and if we're doing the allergy treatment, not have to worry about it. Okay. All right. Breathing sounds fine.
Okay.
Let me have them confirm with your insurance that the testing is covered. How we do the testing is we have little plastic pricker devices that we place in the purified allergens. We make individual scratches on your back, testing for the presence or absence of IgE, which is an allergic antibody, and that is manifested by a wheel and flare reaction to these little scratches. Those things go down over 15 minutes to an hour after we get that welt.
Okay.
And we follow that up with the second part of the testing, which you'll do on the day that I'm here, where we can put you on the schedule, and I know that you'll be in that slot. For some of those allergens that you react negatively to, and we're only testing indoor and outdoor allergens, we're not testing for foods as a sort of rote procedure, because food allergy doesn't cause the chronic congestion and allergy issue you have.
I don't think I really have any food allergies.
And people that have food allergies know they have food allergies. They don't eat it
walnuts, but I stay away from
tell me, well, I guess that is an important statement. What does that mean, you stay away from walnuts? So what's happened to you when you've had walnuts?
I just get a little itchy.
Okay. With pecans and walnuts, or just walnuts?
Mostly walnuts.
Okay.
Because I probably need to focus a little bit more on it, but I know for sure walnuts.
Okay. Does it happen with any other fresh fruits or vegetables?
No.
Okay. And when was the last time you ate a walnut?
It's been a while.
More than a year?
Maybe not more than a year.
But you've had that reaction a multitude of times.
Yeah,
and it stays
for me to realize.
Okay. I think what you're describing in that particular case is a condition called oral allergy syndrome, or now what we call pollen fruit syndrome. Basically, some of us who have allergies start developing these specific reactions to protective proteins that are in pollen. So ragweed pollen, birch tree pollen, grass pollen, and those proteins that are protecting against pesticides and other invaders are also present in fresh fruits and vegetables and some nuts.
Okay.
And so roasting the walnut or cooking it, my bet is the reaction would be less robust.
Okay.
A true food allergic reaction, and walnut is something you can have anaphylaxis to as well. more significant alarm bells would have gone off that you wouldn't have continued to play Russian roulette with the walnut. So cooking those fresh fruits and vegetables, in this case nuts, will denature the protein some. Taking an antihistamine prior to consumption of that nut will neutralize some of those reactions. But sometimes it's so untoward, you're like, I don't love it that much, and it really makes me sort of uncomfortable. But the fact that no one's seeing objective symptoms makes me think it's more likely that, and the likelihood of you then developing anaphylaxis, which is why you would need an EpiPen, is not significantly higher than those of us who don't have that problem. So let me have them start the testing. If we can get that done today, it takes about 45 minutes. Like I said, I won't be able to get back to you. So we'll have you come back on a Monday, Thursday, Friday on days that I'm here, get that second part done, which is basically we inject a little bit of the allergen that you reacted, a few of the ones that you reacted negatively on your back to increase the sensitivity, and then we review the results and come up with a game plan.
All right, sorry for the bad visual, y'all, but you just really needed to hear more than see what was going on. I just learned so much information. What was the term he used about my, like, y'all, this is a blessing. I hope they can fit me in for this testing or the insurance or whatever, because I really, really want to get this done. Like, my whole purpose of coming was to like eliminate, and that's exactly what he says. These shots or whatever are going to start, I guess, building up my system to not be so affected to whatever is setting me off out there, whatever. I'm excited. All right, y'all, I'm ready to get pricked. Hopefully it doesn't hurt. Does this hurt at all?
I guess it all depends on your pain tolerance. I've never had it done myself. Yeah. I mean, they're very small pricks, but I'm sure it can get annoying after a few. And there's a total of 64.
64?
64.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so. But if at some point you need a break, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
Kind of tickles and hurts. And these are all like different samples of
Environmental.
Okay.
Pollen, trees, dust, yeah.
Alright, y'all, so that's what they did. They taped me up and they poked me with different environmental stuff to see what I have. I can't get to that side. To see what I have reactions to, and then whatever these results come back, I come back another time and they do a more in-depth test to those specific reactions, and then I guess I start taking shots to do something to build up my tolerance to those environmental reactions. Goodness, I'm still stuck on him telling me I have impressive congestion and swelling. That's a nice word to use. Impressive. So are you just looking at like the skin to see if it's irritated?
Yeah, so it kind of looks like mosquito bites. We scale it from 2, number 2 or greater being a positive. And we'll repeat the negatives with intradermals, just to make sure that your skin doesn't need to be exposed a little bit more to the allergen for you to have a reaction. Okay, I have cat and dog. Have you ever had a cat or a dog?
Yeah, I have 2 dogs.
Oh. Do you get sick with them around? Okay, now we know why.
I knew that one for sure.
Okay.
Well, y'all, so I go back tomorrow. I thought it was gonna be like a week or 2 or more, but tomorrow, AM, 9:30 in the AM to get the second part of the testing, and then I guess we'll figure out a with a regimen from there to, I don't know, to get rid of these allergies. It's such an ugly day in Houston, Texas. I'm about to go bundle up in my bed. It's just ugly. Good morning. Good morning. It's the next morning, y'all. It's 9:14. My appointment is at 9:30 to go get the second portion of the shots or the testing, whatever it is that they're doing. But first, I need to go to this Walgreens and pick up this prescription that they sent in for me yesterday. It's basically like Flonase, but who knows if I'll really use it, but I'm gonna go get it just because he prescribed it and he said I needed to have it. And they told me to get, which I already have at home, the little nasal wash stuff. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. But I also have that at home, so I don't need to buy that. I probably should have used it last night, but I didn't. I don't know, it's just like one of them things, like, unless, you know, I'm just like severely like can't breathe, I never really take medicine. I don't know, it's kind of silly, but I just don't. I just want it fixed, and medicine doesn't necessarily fix things. It just like coats it and makes it go away for a little time. Y'all know what I mean about like the medicine thing, and it makes me feel drowsy regardless of if it's non-drowsy or not. So I've just never really been a big medicine taker, but it's a new year, it's 2020. We're gonna do different things. We're gonna be obedient and follow the doctor's orders. I came inside. I could have went through the drive-thru, but I came inside because I wanted to get some water, because I forgot to grab water when I was leaving the house. All right, got the goods, y'all. I have 11 minutes to get there. It should take me 5, not even. All right, y'all, I'm here. It's 9:26. I've decided that I'm actually going to be good and use this nasal spray before I go in there, so if they ask, I can say yes. He told me yesterday, oh wait, is the top on? No. Woo! All right, he said shoot that way and that way, not straight up, because when you shoot straight up, it has alcohol in it and it dries you out and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he told me yesterday the doctor actually said use it twice a day, but the pharmacist said once a day, so I need to verify, but let's go. Allergy and tea. So basically, for the ones that had like strong reactions yesterday, you're doing a stronger serum of those?
So we're doing with some of the ones that came back negative.
Okay.
Right. And like I said, we're using a stronger serum.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. And your date of birth 6288, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Like I said, they're very small syringes. There's only a total of 10. But if at some point you need a break, just let me know, okay?
Okay. This is just basically to make sure that I'm not really allergic to it.
Right.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because it sure doesn't feel good.
I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. Don't scratch, don't rub your back or your arm.
Okay.
Of course, if you need anything, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in 10, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, y'all, so here's what we got going on today. I think y'all pretty much heard everything that I was asking her. So from the test yesterday, they did 64 of the little pricks yesterday. And so the ones that came back negative or that were not inflamed or that showed that I didn't have like any reaction to it, basically, they're giving me a a higher dose of those, I guess, today, to make sure that I don't really have a real reaction to it. And then I guess we'll move on from there. Like, I didn't realize this process was going to be this long, but you know, I like that they're thorough, so let's just go with it. And my arm is itching. And I'm bleeding today because she was actually using a needle. I don't know what those other things were yesterday, but it's been 10 minutes. She just came and checked. And she said, all right, another 10 minutes. Oh, look at that one. What is that? These other ones don't look. These don't look. What number is that? 16, 22. Is that 24 or 42? I can't read backwards. But whatever that bad boy is right there, clearly. This is so interesting, y'all. So interesting. Oh, and just in case y'all are wondering, when they do this, it only reacts for like an hour or so. By the time I got home yesterday, the bumps were gone. There was no traces of it, like nothing. These might leave a little bit more of a mark since it was a needle, but I don't really care. I just want to be able to breathe. Like, I was telling my mom what he said yesterday about how I'm impressively congested and swollen. And I was like, I feel like when I do this today, like I'm breathing. Like, this is a good nose day. What happens when the swelling is gone and I'm not congested? I'm gonna be able to smell everything. Like, I'm gonna have a whole new outlook on smells. And what breathing is actually supposed to be like. And it's going to help with my cardio because I get winded very quickly, really, really fast. And I never really put two and two together before. I just thought I was just like old or something. But clearly it's because like I've never been able to, like with my Active app, you know, it tells you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, but I've never really been able to do that very well, and I've always breathed just in and out of my mouth. So now, hopefully that'll help me just increase my cardio and get better at breathing and, you know, increase my stamina with running and just, oh my gosh. This is the best thing I've done all year. January 3rd, 2020, best thing I've ever done. What's this big one down here at the bottom?
That's our positive control. So that one's supposed to flare no matter what.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that? All right, so now we're just waiting for the doctor to come in and I guess tell me the meanings, the results of the test, you know, and how we're going to treat it. I hope. 'Cause I'm ready to get this on a roll. Give me some shots, whatever needs to be done, because I want to breathe like a normal person.
Oak and pecan and elm tree, 3 big pollinators here in the early spring. The testing
Oak,
yesterday.
Pecan and elm tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
The testing, yesterday's test, I put more stock in than today's. The prick test on the back is more representative of what we find if we did what we call an intranasal challenge, squirt the allergen in your nose. So the best surrogate that we have to figure out what you're allergic to is that. Now this second part of the testing, I think we can overdiagnose allergy potentially when I see significant positive to some molds like you did with aspergillus. I think it's somewhat potentially relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other ones I'm maybe less convinced, but you've got grass pollen with Bahia and Bermuda grass pollen, which are southern pasture grasses, spring into summer.
Okay.
Less fall things, actually. Ragweed, you showed a little bit of reaction on today's test, but the other weeds you were negative to. Molds with alternaria, which is and bipolaris, both outdoor allergens. Alternaria you probably see more in drier climates than here, but we do see some of it. Anytime there's a thunderstorm, those mold spores get fractioned, but there's always low to moderate counts of mold spores in the air.
Okay.
Positive to cat and dog. You knew the dog, right?
Yeah.
And they're saying that we have issues around your dogs. Positive to dust mites, which I think that in and of itself is enough for me to say fixing your allergies is not something that is unreasonable.
Okay.
Because dust mites are microscopic little critters that live in cloth material. So every night you go to bed, you are breathing in dust mites, and they thrive in warm, humid environments, which is what we live to, and especially along the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
So there are things you can do to avoid dust mites, which means not having carpet in your bedroom, ideally.
Okay.
Having encasements on your mattress, your box spring if you have one, and all the pillows on the bed. They're
Okay.
tightly woven fabric. I'll give you a handout that has some samples of what they feel like. They're widely available. Don't feel obliged to buy them from this location, but this gives you an idea of what you're looking at.
Okay.
Instead of buying new mattresses every several months, you basically encase what you have, and the dust mites can't escape because you can't wash your mattress.
Yeah.
Everything outside of there you can and should wash. So the mattress protective cover, if you have one, the sheets, the pillowcases, the comforter blanket weekly with a hot cycle, ideally with bleach.
Okay.
Dry everything till it's completely dry. Air purifiers don't help for dust mites. Dehumidifiers theoretically help, but not when it's so humid like it is normally here. Even in the middle of January, it's humid. And there are powders and sprays that you'll find on the internet that don't really translate to improved symptoms. There haven't been studies on these in years, so I don't know if newer stuff are working better, but every study that has looked, we're not really worried about helping decrease the population of dust mites. We're trying to help with improved symptoms. We all get around dust mites.
Okay.
5 million versus 10 million doesn't matter as long as if your symptoms are the same. Not really. So focus your attention on what has really been shown, and it really is hard surfaces, and avoiding things that you can't wash that are also cloth. So stuffed animals, throw pillows, curtains, cloth chairs in the bedroom where you're spending 6, 7, 8 hours uninterrupted time is where you can sort of refresh and recharge rather than breathing it in. But there's dust mites here, there's dust mites in the workplace, there's dust mites everywhere else. Plus you've got all these outdoor allergens that are also contributing to your symptoms.
Okay.
So yesterday we sort of broached the subject of, those allergy shots and how allergy shots are differing from the previous shots that you got once a year. In your case, if we were treating your allergies with immunotherapy or allergy shots, you would get 2 allergy shots to help with your symptoms.
Okay.
Because the moles and the dust mites that you're allergic to don't play well with the grasses and trees and weeds. So we have 1 shot for the cats, dogs, and grasses, trees, weeds, and I think 1 would be sufficient. The problem is you're allergic to this stuff. So if we gave you a full dose on day 1, it wouldn't go well. So we water it down, and with frequency, we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger on a march towards a preventive or therapeutic dose.
Okay.
Our build-up schedule in the conventional sense is 29, meaning you're coming 29 times to get to that maintenance dose. 2 shots each time you're here.
Okay.
Do the math. The frequency is either once or twice a week, and the frequency is really up to you. We don't tell you have to come twice or come once. You have a flexibility of 2 to 14 days. So as long as you weren't here within the last 2 days, you can get your next shot, and you have up to 2 weeks from the last time you were here to keep going forward. If it's longer than 2 weeks, between 2 weeks and a month, you end up having to repeat the dose. So you want to not drag this on. You want to be somewhat consistent, but it does allow some flexibility, vacation, sick time. Where I'm going for a week vacation, I won't get behind things. Side effects of allergy shots in the long run are nothing. We're not causing any medical problems you don't have. We're not exacerbating or flaring any medical problems you do have.
Okay.
But the problem is that you could have an allergic reaction to them, which is not common, but does happen. And who it's going to happen to and when it's going to happen is the impossibility of predicting. That's why we do that build-up process. And that's why we also mandate a 20-minute wait period each time you're here. So you don't get your shot and walk right out.
Okay.
You have to hang out for 20 minutes, and at least have that amount of time that we can check your arms, ask you some questions, make sure you're feeling okay, and this let you go. This is quality of life. So obviously there's no have to with this stuff. But as we talked about yesterday, the medications I'm recommending with the nasal steroid spray are not curing your allergies. So it'd be something that, based on a perennial allergy trigger with the dogs and the dust mites, plus the moles that are always kind of around, even when you think you're okay, you're not as okay as you think you are. And then there are these seasonal hits that even accelerate it more. And those things are actually coming up pretty soon. You're overwhelmingly positive. You'll see these different numbers on your test. On a 0 to 4 scale, bigger welt, bigger number. The classic misinterpretation, bigger number, I'm more allergic. All we can tell you is I'm more confident that you're allergic.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm more confident that you're not just going to spontaneously cure yourself of that allergy on your own. This is something that's going to stick with you. These 2s, less convinced you're allergic, and you may lose that one. But oak and dust, one dust mite you're a 4+ reaction to, another dust mite you're a 3+ reaction to.
Okay.
So you're allergic to dust mites, no ifs, ands, or buts.
What do y'all think I should do? I heard the 3 options. The 29 times, or what was the second one? Come one time, do a cluster of like 6 shots, and then 11 times after that. Or then, and with that one, I had to stay here 2 hours. Or the last option was stay here for like 8 hours. They give me a whole bunch of stuff, but then I still come back another 11 times after that. It's all gonna boil down to price. I should have got a higher flexible spending account. Jesus Christ. Just work it out, God, work it out. All right, y'all, so what I'm going to do is wait until February to make my first appointment. I think I'm going to just do the second option. I mean, 29 times, that's a lot, right? To come get pricked. Is it a lot? I don't know. They did the breakdown for like the insurance and copay and all of that for me, and I was just like, adulting. But yeah, so, but I'm gonna have to wait until at least February to do it anyway, because the amount of time in between shots that I need to come in, and basically my schedule for January, like I go back to work, I think on the 10th or something, and then I'm gone the rest of the month, you know, like I technically won't be back home. So for February, I'm just gonna have to be more conscious of how I do my schedule, and at least give me 2 days to be off. Well, I don't know. Honestly, technically, I really could probably do it and just come home on the one day that I'm off, but I don't know. So I just got to sit down, look at my schedule, the times that they're open, to make sure that I'll be able to come in. But it's really easy because you don't have to actually schedule the appointment. After you do your first one, you don't really have to schedule. You just come in and say, I'm here to get my shot, and they give you your shot, and then you go on about your business. But for my first one, once I actually make the decision to do it, which I've already made the decision to do it, I just need to make sure that I'll have the 2 weeks to come in to do it, or blah, 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 whatever. Scheduling, timing, money. That's what it all boils down to. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna get these allergies together, but in the meantime, they prescribed me 2 different nasal sprays. One, the one that I took earlier, and then he was like, if this one doesn't work, then we've prescribed you another one that you do that one and this one together. And he gave me some eye drops, because I have really, really, really irritable eyes, always itching, always dry, always some type of discharge going on. So at least, you know, I have those things, that I'm gonna use them, and then we'll get on this this shot life and get it all together. But listen to this, y'all, listen. It sounds like I can breathe, like I think I can breathe, but according to him, I ain't breathing that well. But anyways, that's it, y'all. That's it. I just wanted to take y'all along so y'all can see how this journey's going, and then maybe halfway through the year you'll be like, Alexia, you're breathing better, you sound better, not so puffy and allergy looking. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along with me. If y'all have any questions, like always, feel free to comment down below. If you found this video was informational, go ahead and like this video so more people can find it and find out what an allergist and ENT actually does. But until next time, make sure you subscribe, like, and share.